Thanks for offering to present for Google Suite Advanced. I will attach the session agenda, which we're seeing on the screen right now. Also attach the class roster so you know how many people are in your room and what room assignment you have, and another link to the presenter spreadsheet so you can see how many times you're presenting, what room numbers again. All that information will be on there, along with some links to one of the presentations that this was on the website at one point, but here is different things you can do with Google. It's a very good site and a link to show everybody at your session, because they can go and look at it later as well, something they would want to bookmark. So we'll go through that in a minute as well. But the basic agenda that you've seen before, some of you have been looking for this screencast on how to do some things like the Flubaroo script, adding that to grade some of your forms. We'll go through those items in the agenda so you know how to do those. Basically, these people should know how to use Google. They've signed up for the intermediate advanced or just came from the basic one, so they know how these tabs up here work, how to get to their documents, how the suite works, and using a template like Flubaroo. Basically, you're going to want to take them to the link of how to do that, and I'll add that link to the email that I'm going to give you so you can have them go there to watch the video on how to do it. But you make a multiple choice form, and hopefully you guys are ability to make a form is there for you guys, and I could edit the form if I needed to, and that's where I just titled it, edited the questions. If I wanted to add another question, I could add another multiple choice. So that's all the basic of making a quiz. But now the advanced part of this is the script. And for Flubaroo, I had to go Insert, Script. I went to the Script Gallery, and under Education, I think they're alphabetical actually. There's Flubaroo, so I installed it. It's kind of a big script, so that one does take a little bit of time. Shows that it's installed. What it means then, where it goes, is to your script manager. So, oh, I'm sorry, this is all the editing of that. You don't have to worry about that. Once you install it, it comes up here as a tab, and you can run the Flubaroo if you want to regrade the assignment, which is what the whole purpose of this is. And it's just verifying that I want to do that, which I do. So we're going to regrade this assignment, replace my existing grades, which I've done this a couple times, so you may not have that. And you'll see in the video link that I'm going to give you, it tells you these screens that pop up will be normal. It's going to ask you about each of the questions. Do you want it worth a point? Do you want to skip it? And I did that part. And then now it's going to ask you which one of these is the teacher obviously is going to send the first one, so I'm going to be the answer key, and it's going to grade all the rest based off of my submission. Completes the grading for you, and then I want to view the grades, which becomes a separate tab down here. There's the original submission, and here's what the Flubaroo does, and it tells you how many they got right, giving them 1 point or not based on the answer key that you submitted. You can also print that, and then the hard part is it doesn't auto-load to your grade book, which is unfortunate, but at least it grades. If you have 150 kids, gives you a percent you could look at really quickly, get some good formative assessment data without hand scoring all those. Again, I'll send a link to Flubaroo because there's a lot there that I didn't cover, and they do a good job in their 3-minute video. Collaborative lesson planned or fundraisers attached to Google Calendar. So if you had a form that you had people submitting information to, or a document that they were submitting information to, whether you're collaborating on a lesson plan with somebody, you can actually attach it to your Google Calendar. And the way you do that is you go to your calendar, and you have to make sure that under your Google Labs that you have attach documents or event attachments enabled, which mine already was. So I can go back to my calendars, and let's say we create an event for today. Let's create an event. This is a test, and I'm going to edit the event. And I can add an attachment right here, and I'm going to add flashcards. So now this is assigned that event that I just created. And I must have did something wrong, so I'll quickly do it again. 12:28, 6 a.m. That's why it defaulted to early in the day. Now at 3:30. Try one more time. Oh, there it is. Just didn't save it yet. So if I click on that event now, I can edit the event, and I can get my flashcards. So without having to search, it's nice to be able to save all your lesson plans. If you want to use Google Calendar as a lesson plan and save documents or worksheets with it that you've uploaded to Google Documents, very handy for that. Uploading pages to Google Doc, as far as Pages software, Apple Pages. One way to do that is you have to have a Pages document opened, and you're going to do a file export, and you want to do it as a Word document, and export that to Word. And I'm going to put that on the desktop, because what you can do then in your documents is make a Pages form editable in Google Docs, which you cannot do Pages into Google Docs directly. You've got to export it as a Word, and then you're going to upload it. So this little upload feature here. Upload a file, and it's on my desktop, and there's the Word file. Start the upload. Gives you progression here as it converts it. So now this, what was a Pages document 30 seconds ago, is now an editable Google Doc. It's been a request many people have had to have editable Pages documents. Translating a document. So I do have a letter here. Checking all my tabs. This, if I was sending this to a parent or want somebody to see it, I could translate it, and I forget where the translate is. Tools, translate document, and we want to choose the language. Very simple. Let's go Dutch. I have a lot of Dutch people around, and just hit translate, and it's done the best it can. The grammar is an issue with this. I have translated the acceptable use form, and then I had a Spanish teacher check it over for grammar, because it does just do kind of word for word. It does a little bit of grammar, but not too much. Very easy to translate documents. It does the whole document. Next on the agenda, you see create a grade level folder. So if you go to your documents and you want to create a folder, notice on the side I use quite a few collections, and basically you're going to create a new collection, and we'll do Science Department. There's that collection, and I can put a ton of files in there, but then the biggest thing I want to do is share it, and then I could share with all the emails of people who are in my science department by doing this down here, and then we could all, if we're all owners, this is Dawn, who I used to teach science with. If I put her as an editor, she can edit any of the documents that go in that folder as well. Make multiple task lists. So attach an email to task and assign to a calendar. Not many people have been using, that I can see, the task feature of Gmail, and it's kind of handy. I use it for important items that come up. So if I want to create a new task, my tasks are down here. See how many I have. I do need to do a few things that are on here. So if I want to create a new task, send EIT email. and then I can always prioritize those emails. But the one nice thing is I just created my own kind of to-do list on the side, and I can minimize it. But let's say I needed to do something with this email. Up here in the more, I can add this to task, and then right now there's a related email on there. So if I click on this, which I'm in the email, so let me get out of that one. So I'm in a different email, back to the list. You see there's a related email right here. And then I click on the email and it takes me back to that one. So even if it gets down way in my inbox, I've always attached this to my task so I can go back to the information that may be needed. Very handy feature with all the emails that we do get each day. Create a flashcard center using one classroom computer next on the agenda. And we'll go back to my flashcards. I just create a basic, spreadsheet. You do your vocab words on the left and the answer to the right for making flashcards. Selecting those cells, and then I'm going to insert a gadget. And the flashcard center is down here, flashcard gadget. It automatically saw my defined range. I'm going to apply, and then I can move this over the word so you can't see it. And what this is basically is, here's the definition, 1, here's what the answer would be, 2, 3, 4, and let's hide all the answers. After I got it right, I can delete it, so I can keep deleting the ones that I got right. If I have a list of 50 vocab words, reset it. You could do it if you want to study backwards. You flip the cards, it shuffles them as well, changes the order so you don't learn the order. And one of the other neat features is you can embed this on your website. Remember here, publish gadget. No, that one won't work actually. Tools. Edit file. Publish to web. If I do the HTML to embed in a page down here, this is the one that works. This is kind of the tricky part. I had to do trial and error to see which one worked. And I just copied that out. And all I did actually is I did it here already. Edit in my web page. Delete that one out. Then it's HTML. I'm going to update the page once I save it. Now this will be on my web page for kids to go and just be a practice tool, and it works just the same as it did on my own spreadsheet. So kind of a handy feature. It's not the greatest looking thing, but it does. The form isn't pretty, but the function is very, very good for that. The last one we're going to look at is Slide Rocket, and that's one of the options that's been turned on now. Slide Rocket is much better than Google Presentations, more like Keynote or PowerPoint. Same kind of features that you want to do, other than you can do it at home, at school, and it's very nice. There's a little interactive tool to get you started. Actually, I would have people go through that if they want to start using these presentations and using Slide Rocket, but it works just very similar to, let's do a new one real quick.
This interactive tool will show you some of the amazing things Slide Rocket can do for your
But the
presentation.
tour is what I would have most people do, and I don't want to bore you too long, so just like Pages, you click on your theme, and you're going to start adding text. A little bit simplified, not all the bells and whistles of everything else, but there you go. Add your text, change your text, add your transitions, all the same kind of stuff that you've done before. This is basically like your inspector on the side, your file menu up here, and then these are saved, like I said, to the web, and you can then also import these to your sites. Good luck. If you have any questions before January 2nd, please give me a ring.